There's 100 reasons why we dislike Netflix's Witcher creations, and one of those are the people behind it. So many of the writers and showrunners seemingly hated Cavill, and they've definitely seemed to hate passionate fans as well, but now one of the executive producers has called us dumb by saying they had to tone back the series compared to the source material for American audiences to understand. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media so you can see when my content is posted, and of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and live streams I create, consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. So starting off with this Bounding into Comics article, it says, as if the press surrounding the widely panned third season of Netflix's The Witcher couldn't get any worse, a series executive producer Tomek Baginski has claimed that the changes made to Andrzej's original works were done in order to simplify the source material for wider and more specifically American audiences. Now, we've known for a long time that a lot of the creatives behind The Witcher really had a disdain for fans who are extremely passionate, specifically about Henry Cavill, but it just seems like it is a broad hatred at this point that they just dislike their fans in general, which is just so sad to see because you do not get, successful products by telling people, hey, we don't actually like you. That's going to force people away. And you'd think that these individuals would know that making statements like this is a bad idea, yet they're still doing it. I mean, The Witcher is already extremely controversial because of the way that they, slowly at first and then drastically later went away from the source material, of course, casting decisions that they've made, and this just does not make them look any better. This is not going to get fans back into this series. It says he directed the cinematic intros for all three of CD Projekt Red's The Witcher video games and has served as an EP on the Netflix series since its inception, made this revelation during a recent post-season 3 premiere interview. This is what shocks me the most, is that he did the intros for all three of the video games, so he knows that content does not need to be dumbed down in order to appeal to American audiences or any audiences, really, because he's worked on video games that were very close to the source material, a hell of a lot closer than the show. Asked by the outlet for his thoughts regarding how some people criticized the show for making up weird plots that changed what worked well in the books, the series EP said, but when you start discussing it, it usually turns out that screenwriters thought the solution out, that it's not completely crazy. It's no secret that we, the series production team and fans, often disagree. Things are created in the discussion. One of our testers does a great job. He checks what fits the world from the books. Sometimes we get such a long list of things from him because in many places we went in a different direction, but there's a reason for it every time. Sometimes the changes are the result of production chaos because, for example, an actor fell ill and his plot needs to be edited and rewritten within a few hours so that it can be shot the next day, because this is not a plot for which the whole production machine will stop. I hate this excuse because you are not telling me that every change from the books is because of production chaos. Like, we are talking about complete rewrites of the original story, slowly writing characters like Geralt into oblivion, characters that you don't want to be as important anymore, even though the show is called The Witcher for a reason. Or, changing the, Emperor storyline. Like, I could sit here and go on and on and on. But you're not making those changes because of production chaos. Yeah, you know what? Maybe Jaskier's actor was sick for a day or two and he couldn't be in one or two scenes that he was originally planned, but that is just such a lie, and you're not going to convince me that because an actor sometimes got sick, they completely changed stories around. They just need to own up and say, yeah, we took sometimes storylines and decided to change them around because we thought it would fit a live action format more. Even though I still wouldn't accept that and many people wouldn't, at least they would be honest, and instead they're lying straight to our faces and insulting us at the same time. And now, of course, he gets into "you're all too dumb to understand." When a series is made for a huge mass of viewers with different experiences from different parts of the world, and a large part of them are Americans, these simplifications not only make sense, they are necessary. It's painful for us too, for me too, but the higher level of nuance and complexity will have a smaller range. It won't reach people. Sometimes it may go too far, but we have to make these decisions and accept them. So basically, they dumbed it down for normies because there's no way you are going to, again, convince me that it's just American audiences being stupid because the games are extremely popular, the books are extremely popular here. You are the only ones, coming out and saying American audiences wouldn't understand this level of complexity. I mean, this is the worst thing they could possibly do, is go into an interview when your show is already facing mass criticism and then decide to attack audiences and say, well, you guys are just a little bit too dumb to understand. But maybe this is all just giant damage control, because we have heard some very unsettling rumors about The Witcher recently, specifically that it is put on hold indefinitely due to the Hollywood strikes, but that season 3 could actually be the finale, that apparently they see that people are not happy with it. There are rumors circulating that they just do not want to invest any more money into it, and they are going to end it at season 3. You also have to consider that Blood Origin was also a money sink for them. That did terribly viewership-wise. The user scores for it are also abysmal, and overall, their take on The Witcher just has not gone well so far, and it is sad because I used to absolutely love The Witcher. I mean, season 1 was pretty solid. It had its rough moments, right? But overall, it was a pretty good show. And then season 2 and season 3 were bad. Blood Origin was bad. I just wish that they would have kept Cavill around. They really would have tried to rethink their storylines, kind of do a reset. Think, you know what, how can we get closer to the source material? But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they're doing that. And now they're doubling down, just saying that they had to make simplifications to the source material because audiences wouldn't grasp it at a higher level of nuance and complexity. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.